We're a few weeks away from New Year's resolutions, but my next guest says if you really want to make a positive change, the personal work should start now. In place of resolutions, in fact, Studio 5 contributor Dr. Liz Hale suggests we review and reflect instead. She has 4 questions to help pinpoint those areas in our life where growth might be needed. It's so good to see you.
Nice seeing you.
My sister in black. We got the memo today.
I'm so glad.
Not in mourning, in celebration. In celebration. And I'm celebrating this idea, Liz, of being more reflective at this point in the year.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, I tell you, at the beginning of every year, I don't know how you feel. I look forward to a new year. I love a new beginning. But I also just have this twinge in my heart, like, what's going to be in 23, right? And we just take a deep breath. I love the mother of Joseph Werlin, what she said to him when he was a young boy after a really tough football game loss. She said, honey, come what may and love it. Right?
I remember that.
She reminded him there's going to be peaks and there's going to be valleys, and none of us are exempt. None of us are going to get out with some real troubles and difficulties. That's just life. That's why we're here. But those who embrace it, the happiest people, are those that can embrace and say yes and really become stronger and wiser because of them.
Come what may and love it.
Come what may and love it.
There's a lot of symbolism, of course, around Christmas, but there's also kind of a unique symbolism around that New Year's ball. And you found a movie clip that kind of summarizes what we're talking about, the reflection that can come this time of year.
Yes, Hilary Swank is the character, and she's in charge of the New Year's Eve ball dropping, right? In New York Times Square. So it's a big deal, but there's just one problem. The ball stops. It's stuck. And then she uses that as a great analogy.
Let's take a look.
Watching.
Yeah.
It's suspended there to remind us before we pop the champagne and celebrate the new year to stop and reflect on the year that has gone by, to remember both our triumphs and our missteps, our promises made and broken, the times we opened ourselves up to great adventures or closed ourselves down for fear of getting hurt. Because that's what New Year's is all about, getting another chance. A chance to forgive, to do better, to do more, to give more, to love more. And to stop worrying about what if and start embracing what will be.
Hey, a chance to do more.
That's it's my favorite quote. Isn't that beautiful?
She said it so well, yeah.
She did. Who are these writers of some of these movies, right? I want to meet them. I really do.
Your words match their meaning for sure. But it brings up this idea of, and you're phrasing it as revolutionist versus reflectionist. Explain the difference.
So just that, right? A revolutionist, we make resolutions, right? We resolve to quit smoking or lose weight, join the gym. We don't have a lot of support, and that's why they have a lot of failure behind them, right? But to be a reflectionist just means, let's look at this new year. Let's rewind, let's review, let's reflect and see, you know, what do I want to do differently? A big New Year's resolution, I should say, is social media. People are wanting to reduce their social media.
Always.
I would love to do that. My social media really is my phone, just like this, Brooke, and it's attached to me, right?
Yes.
And my husband's view of me, I just know, is down looking. I'm always texting or emailing, and sometimes I'll hear him say, Lizzie, who are you texting? You know? In other words, I think he's saying, who is more important than this football game that we're watching on TV or this errand we're running in the middle of Costco or Home Depot? Those are our date nights. Who is more important than that? And I'm really I've been reflecting on that, and I'm going to rework how I work in the coming year. I really am. It won't be perfect. I'll make exceptions, but it's a good start.
And it starts with reflection, and actually ends there too. I don't hear you making any hard or fast rules around it.
No, I can't.
You're just saying that meaning, though, the question he asked me and what it prompts within our relationship and our time together is what I'm going to use to drive that car.
I'm going to find a new way of being with my phone.
I love that. I love that. You have 4 questions, Liz, to put us squarely in that reflective mode at the end of the year. The first is, where could I use a fresh start?
I know, isn't that great?
Fresh start.
That's what we love about New Year's Day, right? It's an automatic fresh start. It's just built in. But a fresh start could be a new week, it could be a new day, it could be a new hour, it could be a new moment. It could be right here, just like that beautiful clip said. We could choose right now to forgive an old grudge. We could choose right now to make things better with our mate or our child. Maybe we did kind of blow it earlier in a conversation today. We can say, I'm sorry. I think it's really hard for couples that I work with. It's hard for me as well to when I really blow it, and I blow it big, Brookie, I do, it's really hard for me to be humble enough and vulnerable enough to say, I'm really sorry. But boy, is it like magic when we can, right? And the faster we do it, the better.
Well, you talked about those New Year's resolutions often not coming with support, and that's why they fail.
Yep.
This question, where could I use a fresh start? For me, it almost takes me to, you know, where might I ask for a fresh start? You know, who might I ask a fresh start of?
That's
like,
right,
it
beautiful.
brings on that support line, like the apologies or the I'm sorries or the can I
Yeah.
get a fresh start?
Where can we begin anew, right?
Yeah.
What relationship?
I love that. All right, question number 2, what is my relationship regret?
Yeah. Boy, regrets are powerful. And I think they're so helpful because looking backward moves us forward. And, you know, there's a lot of regrets we might have. There might be small ones. Maybe there's little financial secrets we kept. Maybe there's big ones. Maybe we moved away from each other's family members. Or maybe there's been an infidelity of an emotional or sexual event. Those things are painful. You know, my own home, I have to really be honest with my own financial behaviors. We have this credit card we've agreed to use on most home
Purchases?
expenses.
Sure.
And every time I am out and about using that American Express card, it dings my husband's phone. And so I don't even get a chance to explain myself, right? I just come home or
Yeah.
maybe I'll get a text saying, really, you needed to spend more money at Garden Gate Toffee this Christmas.
You're like, well, actually, yes, I did.
So
But
I just like to buy a little bit of time, but I have really forced myself to always use that credit card, even though I have another one, because I do want to be absolutely transparent with him.
yeah, the accountability is
You
so
bet.
important. So that
Yes.
pinpointing that relationship regret and reflecting on how we might resolve that in
And
the
what
new
are
year.
we going to do differently?
What are we gonna
right?
do differently?
Small steps. Small
Yes.
steps, right? It's the
Yes.
small things that create big changes.
Fun and adventure, you say, should be part of this inventory as well.
Yes, you know why that made the list is because that's the biggest complaint among couples. That's the first thing to go in marriages, Brooke, is this fun and adventure. Dr. John Gottman even said so. And the Center for Marital and Family Studies said the correlation between fun and marital happiness is highly correlated. So, and we don't have to just make a big event to have fun, right? We can have fun day in and day out and doing the dishes or running errands. We can just enjoy each other's company.
Well, like you said, Costco can be your date night. Fun is
Well,
in the attitude, right?
Yes, I need to make that a little more fun.
Little more
by
fun.
the way. But even, you know, in our relationships with our children or our grandmothers with their grandchildren, we could just make the mundane, a Sunday dinner, really fun and memorable.
Yeah, the adventure challenge is an interesting one too. Like
Yes.
adventure as a couple. Life is mundane, and we are checking those same boxes again and again. This is me, you know, reflecting
Yes,
on
you
my
bet.
my own relationship and our own family life right now. But that seeking that adventure in a coupleship or a relationship is a worthy challenge.
And we have different adventures, right? We prefer different things.
Yeah.
I really like zip lining, and Ben really likes speeding around the car, you know, in Hawaii. We love different things. But so making a list of the things that you enjoy and then compromising. And let's do yours one week and mine the next month. Just taking turns.
1 minute left. I love
Yes.
this final question because I love the word at the heart of it, and that is, what do I revere?
Yes, you know, families will never forget 2022. It'll be the year of a loved one's terminal diagnosis, maybe our own or a loved one's. It may be the tragic loss of a child. You know, I can't even watch our local news without sobbing at some of the loss. And individuals will say, I will never be the same. And you know, they're right, they won't be the same. I think few of us will be the same at the end of the year as we were at the beginning of the year, because life does change us and significant events really change us, but they soften us, they strengthen us, they help us really understand life and make us more resilient than we ever thought possible.
Look at you, touching my eyes and my heart with your beautiful words. You're one of those writers that we appreciate and look to. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Sister, we love you.